warm welcome and a thank you for joining us on ERi-TV English News Broadcast viewers. We are now ready for a domestic and international report for June 1st, 2026. Reporting live from our headquarters in Asmara and inviting you to stay with us is Heaven Johannes, your news anchor for this session. I begin with the top stories. Villages in Logo and Sabah declared free of female genital mutilation. Independence Day anniversary celebrated by diaspora nationals. In our international, Russia bans jet fuel exports until end of November. And Japan and France announced €45 billion AI investment. Hello again. In today's domestic news, 22 villages in 13 administrative areas of Logo and Sabah subzone have been declared free of female genital mutilation at a ceremony organized on 30 May. The event was attended by Ambassador Mahmoud Ali Hirui, Governor of Gashbarka region, Ms. Taghat Asfa Mikhail, President of the National Union of Eritrean Women, Ambassador Mahmoud Ali Jabra, Secretary of the PFDJ in the region, as well as representatives of UNICEF and UNFPA. Mr. Abraham Hagos, administrator of the subzone, reported on the efforts carried out to eradicate female genital mutilation at the subzonal level in collaboration with committees established in the subzone to eradicate harmful practices and with partners. He said that an assessment had been conducted to ensure that female genital mutilation is no longer practiced in all administrative areas. He also called on residents and institutions to ensure continuous monitoring and support for the sustainability of the achievement. Noting that strong efforts have been made to eradicate harmful practices, Mr. Tasfa Gabriel Gabrasilase, acting head of the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare in the subzone, said that many women had been victims of the practice. He went on to say that as a result of sustainable awareness-raising activities conducted since 2018 in collaboration with the Ministries of Health and Labor and Social Welfare, as well as the National Union of Eritrean Women, the prevalence of the practice has significantly declined. He added that the declaration of the subzone as free of female genital mutilation is the result of those efforts. The event was highlighted by cultural programs depicting the occasion. In another news, nationals residing in the United Arab Emirates, Eastern Saudi Arabia, Bahrain and Jordan have enthusiastically celebrated the 35th Independence Day anniversary under the theme Our Resilience, Our Guarantee. At the celebratory event organized by the Eritrean community in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Mr. Mohammed Mahmoud Salim, Managing Director at Eritrea's Consulate General in Dubai and Northern Emirates, congratulated the Eritrean people and its defense forces and called on nationals to play their part in the implementation of national development programs. Mr. Ammar Mahmoud, Chairman of the Eritrean community in Dubai and Northern Emirates, commended all those who contributed to the colorful celebratory event and expressed conviction to strengthen the organizational capacity of the community and its contribution to national development programs and resilience. The event featured cultural and artistic performances reflecting the occasion, while awards were presented to winners of sports competitions that had been underway for about 1 month. In the same vein, nationals in Dammam, Saudi Arabia, celebrated the 35th Independence Day anniversary on 29 May, featuring various programs. Noting that the Eritrean people have reached this promising stage by passing through all sorts of challenges, Mr. Gabramesk Al-Kidana, Chairman of the Eritrean community, congratulated the Eritrean people and Eritrea's defense forces. Ms. Abrahat Menase, Chairperson of the National Union of Eritrean Women in Dammam and its environs, noted that the Independence Day anniversary, which the Eritrean people celebrate every year, is a day on which they remember the heavy sacrifices paid and renew their pledge to live up to the expectations of martyrs. She also called for strengthening awareness and organizational capacity. Ms. Wayne Garazgiher, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy in Saudi Arabia, said that the 35th Independence Day anniversary, celebrated under the theme "Our Resilience, Our Guarantee," is the fruit of the heavy sacrifices and resilience of Eritrean generations and will be preserved through the resilience of generations. Nationals residing in the kingdoms of Bahrain and Jordan also colorfully celebrated the 35th Independence Day anniversary, featuring various programs reflecting the occasion. Mr. Melaka Wolde Mikhail, head of the Agriculture Office in Molki subzone, said that environmental preservation has a significant contribution to enriching ecosystem diversity in general, as well as forestry and wildlife resources in particular. Noting that every village has its reserved land and that there are no problems related to lack of fodder and diseases, Mr. Melaka said that the reserved grazing land in Faulina administrative area is significantly contributing to the effort. Mr. Melaka indicated that there are about 50,000 cattle and 120,000 sheep and goats in Molki subzone, with resources available in the area sufficient for the livestock in the area and beyond. He added that the reserved land in Faulina administrative area, which stretches about 40 kilometers, has a significant contribution to the development of forestry and livestock resources. Indicating that the availability of water resources makes the administrative area conducive to agricultural development, Ms. Zaid Barahi, administrator of the subzone, called for reinforced participation in its preservation. Do stay tuned, dear viewers, for we shall be back with the international news after the short break. Welcome back. Now, the global arena. Russia announced today a 6-month ban on aviation fuel exports to safeguard domestic supplies. The ban will be in effect from Monday, June 1st to November 30th, 2026, according to a statement of the Russian government. The purpose of the decision is to ensure stability in the domestic fuel market, the statement added. The ban applies to fuel purchased on exchange. Exceptions include fuel in process tanks used by aircraft en route, butts of jet fuel placed under customs clearance prior to the entry into force of the temporary restriction, and supplies under intergovernmental agreements, according to the statement. It is reported that the security and military crisis in the Middle East has resulted into fuel supply devastation throughout the world. Moving on, Japan's SoftBank Group will invest 45 billion euro over the next 5 years in a push to build up artificial intelligence infrastructure in France. Its CEO Masayoshi Son announced it today. The investment, described as the biggest of its kind so far in Europe, would be made in the northern Hauts-de-France region and deliver 3.1 gigawatts of capacity. Son said the investment could potentially rise to 75 billion, with an addition of 2 gigawatt sites. He made the formal announcement after meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday, ahead of the annual Choose France Business Conference. President Macron has sought to leverage France's fleet of 75 nuclear reactors to market the country as a hub for artificial intelligence and data centers, which require vast amounts of preferably clean energy to run their computing power. The president said companies have pledged a total of 93 billion euro worth of investments in France at this year's Choose France Summit, covering 71 projects and expected to create more than 15,600 jobs. France has been using the Choose France Summit to court foreign investors since it was launched by President Macron in 2018. With this, we conclude our domestic and international report for this session, dear viewers. Now the top stories once more. Village in Logan, Sabah declared free of female genital mutilation. Independence Day anniversary celebrated by diaspora nationals. In our international, Russia bans jet fuel exports until end of November. And Japan and France announced 45 billion euro AI investment. This was The World on Monday with ERi-TV English News Broadcast TV viewers. From all of us here, thank you for watching.